Mark and I are going to go to the bar after.
We are live. Hi, everybody. Let's play a quick little video about our topic today. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Wow.
We'll play that a couple more times.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Not happy.
Give us some context. So our topic today, real quick, if you're watching, thank you for being here, is dealing with rude customers, which I'm so excited. I feel like I'm going to learn so much on this call with all these amazing, talented, experienced people here. So let's do a brief around who everybody is, and then we'll get started. Mark will give us some context on that video. Yes. So I am Nicole with Cellbotics. I'm also sit on the board of the Repairs First Association and the Gadget Repair Expo. I specialize in training development, me and my team. And with Repairs First, if you are not a member and you own a shop, I don't know what's wrong with you. We need to talk. So that goes to Brian.
That way.
Yeah, it's that way. Yeah.
All right. Brian Ahern, let's see here, former vice president of the CPR franchise under Jeremy Kwiatkowski, former vice president and operations of Phone Medic in Kansas City, had 9 locations, and now co-founder and COO of Repairs First Association and Gadget Repair Expo. That's a lot to spit out.
Right, it is. All right, let's go to Doug.
Thank you. Doug Christensen here, president at Olympus Lending. We strive to provide funding solutions for anything you need for your repair shop or mobile store. Exclusive deals through the partners here through Repairs First Association and Cellbotics. So if you're needing funding for anything in your business, we're here to help you out.
Yes, Olympus has been great for that. Okay, and now we're going to go to Michael.
Hi, Michael Hutchcraft. I'm the president of Glacier Consulting, specializing in R2 and management system implementations, upgrading systems, helping customers reach certification, stay certified, getting involved more in the repair industry, and glad. My company is a sponsor of the Orlando show coming up in May.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, Glacier does have experience with cell phone shops specifically. So this isn't just like they're dabbling. They actually have a very amazing success story, which is Marquivas with Nerd It Now, who was at the last Gadget Repair Expo and spoke about how R2 completely shifted his entire business, and so Glacier was the company that actually helped him with that. So
yeah, actually we started with mobile companies specifically, and then now I've branched out into iTag and other stuff, but we did get started with cell phone companies specifically.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And then last but not least, if you don't know Axiom Armor, Mark.
It's the same as not knowing the Gadget Repair Expo. I'm Mark Pauly. With Axiom Armor, we manufacture and distribute wholesale accessories. So mainly our core product right now is our screen film with our screen film machine, which is now in over 1,000 stores. So I'm very blessed to have each of you that are watching as customers. Mm-hmm. And also with Phone Axiom, I love the word Axiom if you didn't know. And that's a soon to be franchise of repair shops. At the moment, we have our one store in Lynchburg, Virginia, and one in Bedford, Virginia. So that's why I'm, I guess, on this call, is because I do have a lot of repair experience as well and dealing with people.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. So, Mark, let me play this video one more time because we have a lot of new watchers. So let me just play it one more time. Back it up before I... All right, here we go.
All of you, and you, boss.
All right. So, Mark, you provided this to us. You want to give us a little context of what happened here?
Yeah. So this was a video that just a little Marky P short film, and that's who I am, by the way. But what had happened preceding that, outburst from that customer is she had her phone screen replaced. We did the phone screen replacement, however many months ago type of deal. She drops it, breaks it again, brings it back, wants it fixed under warranty, and, and explaining this is not a warranty item. She commenced, after going back and forth for a long time. I was on the phone with her because I wasn't at the location at the time. She decided to basically just cuss everybody out and leave. So that's pretty much what happened in that case.
What can I ask questions about it?
Absolutely.
What exactly
You want her
happened?
address? No.
What happened? I mean, why was she? Was it broken device that couldn't be fixed, or something went wrong with it, or pricing? I mean, what was it that?
It was we'd done the screen replacement. She came back in and wanted it replaced under warranty. And
yeah, you explained that. Hello.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that, obviously, because there's not a warranty on accidental damage unless you get, an ACO plan or, something like that.
So what kind of damage was it?
Crack screen.
Crack screen. And she said she didn't drop it. It was just like, hey, it just happened.
I don't really remember that part.
Okay.
But the gist is that, she was flipping out because she wanted it done for free. And, we're not able to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any questions about that?
I'd like to point out that the two people from your company there, they were very calm, which I know helps the situation to stay calm in that situation.
Yeah.
We've got some comments here.
It helps when you provide Adderall as soon as they come to work. They're really focused. It's a joke. Bad joke.
So I can really relate to that experience. Having going back to CPR and even at Phone Medic, and I hear from members today that they'll call me or they'll email me and say, hey, I got this review and here's what really happened, and I want to reply and go tell her to pound sand and whatnot. And I mean, I get it. I understand it. The way though it appears in your video though that your employees remain calm, that's one of the biggest things to do.
Absolutely.
When you have a customer like that. And I actually have several articles I have written regarding rude customers and things to say and things what not to say. And it's easy though to say remain calm during an apocalypse. Okay, it's harder to do it. And one of the things that I've come up with that really does help is don't show your feelings, don't show your anger, okay, and figure out a solution.
Right.
And in this industry, it happens a lot. I see it in these Facebook groups. I don't know. If I said daily, I probably wasn't enough. Probably more than once a day.
Yeah.
Where the nightstand attacked or whatnot. And a lot of customers do get confused what is a warranty and what is insurance or what is damage. And even when I'm talking to a shop and they know that I've been around for a while, I know the difference between warranty and and insurance. And when I'll ask a shop, what is your warranty on your repairs? Because I have to ask that because it's a part of the ACO deal. And they will always tell me it's this, but it doesn't cover damage. I'm like, who would think that it does? And then I realized, well, the customer does. And one thing that it worked for me. Almost anyone that comes into your shop is going to have a car. And when you relate it back to automobiles and say, okay, well, customer, let me give you an example. If you bought a car and the alternator went out 30 days later, and that's under warranty. But if you back up and hit a telephone pole and crush in the trunk, that's insurance. That seemed to work really well. And I guess I just didn't really get the FU, and FU, which I'm laughing. I feel bad for your team. But
yeah, I do too, because
comment below. I mean, comment below. Sorry, Nicole.
No, it's
okay. If you've tried something like that and you still have someone going off all, Karen or Leo or whatever names it is you want to assign them for the day. I'd be kind of curious, but I'm sure it does. But anyway, I just wanted to say kudos for you guys remaining calm. It's very hard to do, especially during an apocalypse.
When you have a customer like that specifically, and everybody, all humans pretty much for that, when you're angry, you're not thinking, you're not rational, you have no creativity, it's just science, right? So your brain is operating out of, a bear attack, your defense, and
Right.
you're going crazy. That's what happens. So if you can diffuse that, the biggest way is to empathize with the customer. I'm sorry that happened. I can understand why you're upset. Those types of things is what I found value in, and staying calm, like you said, for sure.
A wise man told me many years ago, feel, felt, found. And you would have to, I understand how you feel, customer. And if I didn't know, I probably would felt the same way. After doing some research, this is what I found. And it depend, or after doing this or whatever, feel, felt, found works really well in a lot of situations. If you haven't tried it, try it. Hey, Nicole, I understand how you feel. And if I didn't know much about phones, I would feel, I probably would have felt the same way. But here's what I found out. Warranty and insurance are two different things. And let me relate it to your car. And just very calmly like that. If someone actually does that and has a video of a real customer continuing the FU, I'd love to see it. But I really think that's going to take 90% of your upset customers and squash them out to where you don't have a bad day. Because when they get to you, you're going to have a bad day. You're not going to be a salesperson to your next customer. You potentially could screw up a repair. And, at the end of the day, this is a customer service industry. This is not Geeks Best Buy where you have, they're coming into you for products. This is a service industry, and you're going to get these customers. There's no way around it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, you're not going to make everybody happy. And that, once you understand that and then are able to, like you said, get at the level of where their anger is coming from and understand, a lot of times when you let them speak, that it diffuses a lot of it. I agree with that.
But some people just won't be happy no matter what you do unless you bend to their will. And then what? I feel like some shops, like even myself, right? So, I started in a flea market with $100. So every customer was still is so important to me, right? Like I felt like personally indebted to these people for them to do business with me. And it probably wasn't the most healthiest relationship I've had with customers, right? And I remember some people would just blatantly be wrong. And I would appease them just because they didn't want a bad review. So where do we as business owners draw the line and say, you know what? You don't get to rag on me and drag me through the dirt and demand everything because you bought, a one-time service from me. You know what I mean? Like, when is it okay? Because I feel like a lot of times businesses are always looked at the customer's right and you should do whatever. But in reality, we're customers and business owners. And we even know sometimes we're just in a bad mood and we're wrong. You know what I mean? When we ask for things from other businesses. So when is that?
Yeah, Nicole, I'll jump in here. I just was having this conversation a few days ago. In our line of work, every client, their project is the most important to them, so therefore it's the most important to us. But we do have some that just expect, like you said, they expect us to appease. And I think we at Glacier have come to the determination that it's okay that there's some people that we're just not going to work with going forward. We do what we can, and obviously we want to keep everything that we can, to build our business. But if it comes to that point, I think we just have to set the expectation. If the expectation is met by you and they won't come to that expectation, then I think you've got to stand off, and it's time to move on.
Right.
Yeah, I think you hit the
totally
nail on the head. The one thing you want to do is before they even get to the rude part is the prevention part, which you're exactly right, is setting the expectation up front. I'm going to fix your screen, whatever the case might be. But in that lady, in that video, we're going to fix your screen. It comes with a blah, blah, blah warranty. It is against defects. Accidental damage wouldn't be covered. 99.9% of the time that will take care of it without even, having someone that's gone crazy.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job there explaining the why. And I think that would probably calm customers down. Sometimes customers just have the perception that whether you're a shop owner or a lender like we are, that you're just trying to take advantage of them. But if you explain to them why we have this certain policy in place, or they're starting to understand, well, that's something we're not able to do because that's bad for our business, not because we want to get an extra leg up on you. The example,
Who's got their email open? Who has their email open? Does anybody have their email open, or is that me? I'm sorry, I keep hearing a dinging. Oh, it's probably me.
Yeah.
I hear the dinging too. I just figured it was you.
I'm like, where is the dinging coming from? No, I don't have an email open. Okay.
Did you say where's the dingy?
Where's the dingy coming from? Sorry, Doug. Didn't mean to cut you off. I was like, oh boy.
No, that's quite all right. Like I said, I think it helps with your customers if you explain to them the why. And we're a little bit different than everybody else on the call. So we're a lender, and people think we're always trying to take advantage of them to charge them more for what their terms are. And the perfect example that we like to use is if somebody sets up their payment back with us via their bank account, and we go to draft their bank account and it bounces, we do charge a fee for that. And we're not charging that fee to make us richer. We're charging We're charging that fee because we get charged a fee from the bank when that payment bounces. So we're using that to cover it. So I think if you explain to them the why, and the customers will have a better understanding that we're not just trying to take advantage of them and to get one more leg up on them. It helps kind of de-escalate the situation. But you guys have all made great points here. It's all about trying to find the balance of how do we try to meet the customer's needs to get the situation resolved, versus on the other end, this may be detrimental to my business if I keep practicing this habit by just giving in to the customers.
Definitely.
There is a slippery slope. You want to protect, obviously, your Google reviews. A lot of people use Google reviews to determine if you're a good business or not. I use it when determining repair partners. I use it in my personal life, making decisions. But even if you did everything right and you stand your ground and you say, I'm sorry, customer, there's nothing else I can do for you, and they go back and they leave a review that makes you look bad, and even though they're 100% wrong, following up with a very polite and calm reply, hey, customer, I as we stated in the store, I understand how you feel. I tried to explain it to you the best way I possibly could. Let me explain it again. It shows to the outside person looking in when they're wanting to do business with you that you recognize that they were upset. You attempted to make things right. And, it's just that, and people aren't going to necessarily look at that particular review, and I wouldn't worry about it. Some people will even say bad publicity is just as good as good. Well, I don't know if I 100% agree with that. But letting somebody go off on your Google page and you coming back with I tried this, we tried this, I'm so sorry. Please let me know if I could be assistance to you in the future. All of those things, because it's not that one customer, it's the other thousands of people that are going to be choosing to do business with you going forward.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I've been taking some notes here while we've been talking, because I'm going to post them in the chat. Yeah. Just kind of want to recap.
Well, like Brent's comment. Brent, thank you for your comment. Sometimes you have to sacrifice for the customer, try to work a deal out with them if they want something for free. But, and that's true. If it's an iPhone 11 screen that costs you $20, okay? I mean, come on. Is $20 really worth you spending an hour arguing back and forth with the customer? If you have 1 out of 100, You know, it's $20, a little bit of time. I would, you know, I look at everything as, what is this going to cost me if it goes to national news or whatever? Okay,
Right.
what's it going to cost me? If it's not going to cost me anything, and I can follow up with a really good educated reply on, hey, we tried this, sure. Then take the hit, take the Google review. If it's you know, if maybe if your team did something wrong, or maybe you're a little sarcastic with them, or maybe you yelled back
Condescending.
at them, or you were condescending, or you were over talking them, or you weren't letting them speak, if you didn't do everything right, then might want to give in.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got number one, repeat what they say to them. I find a lot of times that just, you're not going to tell the customer, oh, I heard what you said, but you're going to tell them you heard what they said by repeating, okay, this is what your issue is. This is what happened. I hear you. Right. And I say that, like, that's what I say. I say, I hear you. This is what you told me. You told me that, you know, you got the phone fixed here. It broke within the first 3 weeks when you dropped it. And this is why you're upset. And this is why you want it done for free. Right. And you think that the warranty was covering that, right? Acknowledge that they're upset. I think that's important, because when someone comes to you, they have a certain type of energy about them. And when they're upset, their energy is kind of like a wall. And the worst thing you can do is just act like you don't even realize they're upset.
Yeah.
Like they're pissed off and you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not covered. That's when you get, what the are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's like, I get you're upset. I'm so sorry you're upset. You know, and I feel like that's hard for us to say if we feel like we didn't do anything wrong, but we're representing our business, right? Use their first name. There is literally psychology out there about people love to hear their first name. Like I even do it with people that I work with every day. Like sometimes I'm like, hey, Brian, you know, like just, and it's because people like to hear their name. It's literally, it's a psychological thing. So, you know, Kelly, I'm so sorry that you are upset. I hear what you're saying. This is what you're telling me. This is what happened. Am I understanding what you're saying? Just that is going to de-escalate them so much, just because you've broken it down in that whole scenario. And then stay calm, always be the bigger person. You can never not be the bigger person. And that for me is kind of hard sometimes. Well, used to be, not anymore, but just always having to be the bigger person, right? And then accepting when you're wrong.
And if you are wrong, you know, take it. You know, take it for the team. Okay, I've been wrong. I had
many times.
I had a deal recently. Nicole, you know about it. I'm not naming names, but it has to do with the Gadget Repair Expo and us setting that up. And I was working with a particular person that's going to be providing services there, and you know, signed a contract and paid a deposit. Well, where I made a mistake is I didn't read the fine print of the contract. Verbally, I told them what I was wanting and I asked them for a price, and they gave me that price. And then I trusted that person to not read the contract, and I signed it and gave them a $2,000 deposit. I mean, it's a very small deposit compared to what it was going to cost. 3 days later, major problems. I'm like, oh my gosh, you told me this, and now you're telling me this, and now you're telling me this. I could have very easily just went, and my friends say it, going off on all Brian, you know, on someone. I very could have easily done that, and I didn't. I wrote out a very methodical, on this date, this time, this is what I was told, on this date, this time, this is what I was told, on this date, this time, blah, 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 blah. And within 45 minutes of that email, I got my refund. But if I would have went back to them, you know, being rude and condescending and hateful to them or whatever like that, they wouldn't have done anything because I signed the contract. So reversing that with a customer, if you come back to them, you know, like what you guys were saying, and try to, you know, talk about it, and not be condescending with them, or you know, call them stupid, or even your body. I mean, even the body language. Oh my gosh, body language. There are so many things your body language can say without the words coming out of your mouth.
We're finishing up a body language course right now that goes
Yep,
on the
we are.
Face Robotics platform.
Right.
And it is just amazed how deep you can go with body language and how much you can just shift small things in your body to make other people perceive you differently.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes. There's a lot that goes into it. And you know, you guys all hit the hammer on the nail. You know, most importantly, if anybody out there is telling your employees don't take it personal, stop. Stop saying don't take it personal. It is personal.
Mhm.
If the customer's coming at you saying that you suck or you're doing this or your smell or you're fat or whatever, you're going to take it personal. And it's okay. We're not saying to hide we're not saying to don't take it personal. What we're saying is that don't let the customer know that they've affected you.
Yeah,
Right?
that's hard.
It's customer service, and it's not a job that a lot of people really want. And quite frankly, if you're watching this video and if you're sitting there going, Brian, I just can't be that person, that's fine. Hire someone that can. You know.
Completely agree. So do you guys want to add any more to this before we talk about the expo? I think we covered a lot on how to deal with
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was about 1/3 of my novel that I wrote about rude customers. So
Yeah.
that was quite a bit of content in there, but I got quite a bit more. So, and if you're
The only
an
thing-
RFA member, you'll be able to have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would add is when, you know, that negative review does come in, because it will happen one day.
Yes.
And, you know, make sure and reply to negative ones and positive ones. But more importantly, if you're wrong, it doesn't hurt to put that in there. Like, hey, I was wrong. It shows the person looking from the outside that might do business with you. That's an honest company. He admitted his guilt. He handled his business. And that means more than trying to defend in a lot of cases too. That's all I wanted to add.
Totally, completely agree with that.
And one more thing before we jump over,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to bring this up because I have seen people post this, and I've been asked this question quite a bit as well. You know, a customer calls you up and says, your screen's defective. It's doing this, it's doing that. The last thing that you really want to do is argue with them over the phone. Hey, I'm terribly sorry you're having that experience. Bring it on down. Let me take a look at it and see what's going on, and we'll get to the root of the problem. Solved.
Mm-hmm.
They come in,
Right.
you diagnose it. They say it should be warranty. I understand how you feel. This is what I found. When I did the diagnostic on it, here's what I found. And in fact, you have water damage inside your phone, customer, or whatever the case is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you show it to them, and it'll de-escalate that really super quick. But if you have the ones, and you're going to get them, like you know, Mark, time to fire somebody, you know, if you pulled out all the stops and you have to fire a customer, then just do it with grace.
Totally. That's a very good tip. So let's talk about the expo.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm actually looking more forward to Orlando than I did San Antonio, and that's for a selfish reason, because I'm bringing my wife and my daughter and her friend, and we're going to spend a day or so. And I've been to Orlando many, many times, but I've never been to any of the attractions around Orlando, and I'm just looking kind of forward to it. You know, go on a couple little things, and then be prepared to work my tail end off for 3 days. As people see me at the other ones, I don't think I ever sat down for 3 days. You know, but it's so much fun. There's so much education that's being put out there. The vendors have giveaways. We're the micro soldering champion. I mean, there's just so much we could talk about. What I get asked quite a bit, though, and Nicole, maybe you can touch on this.
Mm-hmm.
What I get asked quite a bit is, what should I expect when I come to something like this? I've never been to one. What should I expect? What expectations should I set? And I think that's be a good topic for all of you on this call have been to other expos in the past as an attendee, as an exhibitor. So let's just kind of share what we feel, what you can expect by coming to a show.
I'll go first just to say what to expect at this specific show, right? you're going to learn things that you didn't know about the industry that you're in or you're entering. So you think, I can just learn on YouTube, I can just watch these lives, I can just be in the group on chat, and it's just not enough. There's so much more. There's more people, companies, learning that you need to do to grow your business and move in the right direction, right? Also, you're going to get remotivated, which I think is so important in any industry. You need to be motivated about your business. And a lot of people don't know this, but a few years ago, I was totally unmotivated about my business. And there was a time where I struggled, and I invested in expos, coaches to get myself out of that rut, because when you're in the rut, your business is going to fail too. So going to expos that relate to the industry you're in are very helpful, because you're going to meet people that are excited about their business, and it's contagious, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's big. You want to plan both days. Don't think you're just going to go for a few hours and leave. You will get caught up talking to people. There's giveaways, there's demos all day long. There's speakers who are giving you knowledge. We don't allow speakers to just talk at you. This is something that I'm tasked with, and I'm really passionate about, is that I want speakers to provide value, something you're going to learn that you didn't know before, or a how-to or to-do list. And I think that that's something very different about the Gadget Repair Expo. So those are my 3 things that I would say to expect.
Good points. Good points.
The thing I love about the expos is getting people, letting clients meet other clients or new friends that either now we've got business to do between each other. Maybe they're just solving problems together. You know, this is what my company did to solve this issue. Maybe it'll help you. Sometimes there's new software or something that somebody's not aware of, and just having those casual conversations could turn a business around or help them expand. And that's kind of the relationship part is what I really like about the expos.
So I go next,
Doug?
I guess. I think
okay.
that. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Mark. I didn't know who wanted to go.
So there's two different reasons, really. Is you're in really a room full of a lot of brains, whether it's other vendors or whether it is just people passing by that have different ideas, and you can all work together to really get new and fresh ideas of how to ways of doing things that might benefit you or what have you. But also as a vendor, a time to showcase what you've learned and things that have worked, in the past for you. So those are the 2 things: is showcasing and also learning.
I love that you touched on a vendor's expectations. We just assume that all vendors know the value of an expo, but then you go to expos and you see some different companies, but there's tons of other companies out there. And it's like, hey, do you understand how valuable this is? The reason that companies keep going to expos is because they're beneficial. They don't just keep going just because it's in their budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love
That's
that.
right.
I mean, it's expensive for a vendor to attend. I mean, you figure a booth is, average $3,000. Then you got 2, 3, 4, or sometimes more employees, flights, hotel, food. You got to pay them while they're there. So these vendors are really they're doing it for this. And Tony Baker, and I guess he couldn't make it on this call, but Tony Baker has said it to me, I don't know how many times. He says, I want my current customers to come there, because when they do, I talk to them and maybe we can do more business together. Or maybe there was an upset customer that I had, and now we're face to face, and now I got the contract back, I got the client back. You guys would be so surprised what changes between a phone call where you're upset and a face to face meeting where you work it out.
That's right.
Okay. And putting that face to a name. And even, I'm going to have fun here for a second. Even Dustin Mahathany and Repair Babe, they hugged it out. I mean, who saw that coming in San Antonio? Okay. I've got a picture of it, Dustin, and I'm not going to let you live it down. But no, I mean, owners, you repair shop owners, whether you're wanting to come in the industry, or you're a single unit operator, or you're, and you need to get to that next level, come talk to the people that have done it or are doing it. Listen to what they're doing and see who they're partnering up with. Talk to, Doug and Mark and all of us. I mean, just ask us for time, and it's basically free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, just to echo what everybody said, what's so valuable about the Gadget Repair Expo is at the end of the day, whether you're a vendor or an attendee, everybody has a common objective to better your business. And the Gadget Repair Expo does a great job of throwing in a little fun with that at the same time. So our passion at Olympus Lending is to help small business owners who are the bloodline, this country and others to grow and make their dream of being a business owner into a reality. So when everybody's in the same room and at the same expo with a common objective, there's no doubt that you're going to leave better off than from when, before you came.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, what you guys offer at Olympus can be a game changer for our store. So to be able to speak to you in person and, how does this work? See the process there. I'm sure you guys are going to have computers and show them the process and the ease of financing a device for our customer, and then getting financing to buy from vendors. There's literally deals done at the show because you can negotiate in person.
Yes.
And now, funding there. So you can literally go over, talk to Doug about funding, and then go over and make a deal with Tony and with IG and, all these different vendors right there at the show, and I think that's really great.
For sure.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun, the after party and the laser show. We're not, we're going to focus more on people just hanging out and having fun after the expo.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've said it. I'm just repeating myself if I say it again, because I mean, I don't think I can say it any better. You're going to get out of it just as much as you put into it.
Mhm.
If you go to it
Yeah.
thinking that you're just going to get nothing out of it, well, then you're not. You might as well just not come. But if you're wanting to do something different, you're wanting to go to the next level, you're wanting to stay, be in the industry and help other business owners just like you, and share ideas and share stories and come together and learn about different revenue streams, then come on down. To contact your, tickets are $99 a piece, but contact your favorite supplier and ask them for a coupon code to make it half off. So whoever your favorite supplier is, contact them, ask them if they have a coupon code.
The GRE,
Yep, and then it'll make your ticket half price, and then come on in. If your favorite supplier isn't exhibiting, well, still come. Contact your number 2 favorite supplier, I guess.
That's right.
Whatever that is. There's going to be, I think right now we had like 43 locations already spoken for and taken. We've only got room for about 18 or so more.
More vendors,
for more
booths,
vendors.
Yeah.
So that's all the room that we have. And once the last booth is sold, there's, just like it, back in Atlanta, once the room is taken, I can't make any more room. So,
it's going to be an awesome show.
Yeah.
I feel like I also want to add in here about Michael speaking, because so many people are. R2 has been a buzz in the industry for shop owners, really understanding why, how to make money once they get it. If they do this, are they just left alone and they don't know how to make money? Me and Michael did a live with the RFA members a week or 2 ago, spent an hour, and Michael literally broke down the whole process for them. Another benefit of being an RFA member, I'm just going to say it again. And so, you're going to do the same thing at the expo. So you're going to have about 20-30 minute speaking spot, and you're going to be speaking, but then you're going to be at your booth.
Absolutely.
And you guys are a sponsor, and so you're going to be there breaking this all down, answering any questions.
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the things I love more about this work is just talking. So I talk for a living. So I'm open to talking to anybody about any questions that they have. Even the idea is the more information we get out it makes R2 and the other systems stronger. So even if somebody's not ready now, or even, hey, Michael, I'm not going to use you, I know somebody else, but let's have those discussions so you understand the facts and what you need to get ready for. And yeah, that's the whole idea being behind what I plan on talking about, and then having those off conversations with anybody who wants to either come to our booth or just stop me in the hallway and let's talk about it.
Right. And I wanted to touch on two more things. So the second one is Mark gives out a ton of sample film. I know that because I still have the same film on my phone from like 2 previous shows and it still works. I've dropped my phone a ton of times. And so if you want to know about accessories, like definitely see Mark for sure.
And get a free screen protector.
Ooh.
That's what I got. I was like, oh wait, is he going to do free this year? Maybe I spoke wrong.
I think you sent a ton of people over, because I had a line at one point. I was like, oh my, I can't do anything but install screen film right now. So I think you were like, go get that freebie. Thanks.
Right. Oh my goodness. And then just lastly, if you're someone watching and you're a recluse personality and you're like, man, I can do tech all day, but talking to people, not my thing. You can just literally come. Yeah, you should really come, and because you're gonna feel at home because half the people there are the same way. And you can just walk up to anyone and just talk to them. Even, us here on this, and you see us all the time. I can tell you how many people just walked up to me and like, I just wanted to meet you. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I'm like, tell me about yourself. And literally that's how deals were done. And just, I do the same thing too, so you don't have to feel like you have to have a reason to talk to someone. You can just say, hey, I just want to, what do you do? It's like a lead question. Hey, what do you do? Like I like people struggle with that. Like, how do I even start a conversation with someone walking around and not seem weird?
Well, some of the brightest minds in the industry are going to be doing something there, Nicole. I know we don't have all the details flushed out, but could you go ahead and spill the beans on what we do know so far? Regarding that mysterious ring in the center of the whole floor.
Right. So we are doing our second micro soldering championship. We have 4 amazing judges that their bios are going up on the website as we speak. One of them being last year's winner, Dustin. So I'm really excited about that. He's going to be emceeing. It's going to be fun. It is going to be strung out over 2 days. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. And it's in the middle of the exhibit floor. So when you're hanging out with all your vendors, you walk over, you watch it, you walk back out. There's no reason to go away from your vendors. You're hanging out there and you're watching, you're listening. So this is going to be a really fun event. And bring the family, bring the friends, bring the, employees, because there's going to be a very nice station set up where you can actually practice micro soldering on a system board and take that board with you as a takeaway.
Wow.
Which I'm going to do. I'm going to set some stuff on fire.
I know we're still putting stuff on I know we're still putting bios and pictures on the website, but would you go ahead and let the audience know of the 4 judges?
The other 3? Because I don't have full names. Hold on one second. I don't have it memorized.
Okay.
Hold on. This is what happens when you're,
I know, I'm catching you off guard.
I'm a note person. Okay. So we've got Dustin Mahatney, right? Am I saying that right? Yes. Mahatney. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We have, all of you should know, CRST News. Like, if you don't know Dustin, I don't know where you've been hiding, but Jonathan Rincon with Easy Training. Okay. And then you have Martin, I don't want to say that wrong, but he is a YouTuber, also does training and different things. That's Easy Fix. And then you have Michael Thomas, and they are with, hold on, let me see the company name. I want to say iFix. Let's see. But they also, they do micro soldering on all types of things. So
he has a micro soldering school. Michael does.
Fix Stop.
Fixed stop, yeah.
And they also
Yeah.
have a master list of micro solderers where you can actually go and look for a micro solderer that has been kind of vetted and is known in the industry. And so, you'll also have a chance to be listed there. So it's really great.
And so we have 3 sponsors of those little boards. They're about so big. Wholesale Gadget Parts, the Gadget Repair Expo, and obviously Fixed Stop, is going to be on there as well. And the really cool thing about it is that when you do solder it and you get it right, it lights up.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you've never
Wow.
micro soldered and you wanted to try it, okay, you get it right, it lights up.
And
Take it
there's
home with you.
scopes. You're gonna
Yep.
use a scope. You're gonna use all like a workstation like you would as a micro solderer. So if you are not a micro solderer, but you're excited to watch the championship because that is fun. It is fun. It's not just a yawn. There's a lot of banter going on. Micro solderers, I kind of look at them like a club within a club, right? Because they're just always just bantering with each other and always going back and forth. So I really love watching the championship, even though I don't micro solder. But now people who don't micro solder can just pick a chair, sit down. There's going to be a helper from Fixed Stop walking around, actually assisting people. And then you get to take it home, which is exciting.
And I believe what all the judges have agreed to. In fact, I know it is because we just had a call this morning and confirmed it. Okay. So a little bit different than San Antonio, where there's actually a small fee to compete. It's only $25. That's it. And you do have to have an entry pass to get into the hall. So again, make sure that you contact your favorite supplier and get the half off coupon code to save you $50. Okay. But all of the money that is paid in, for applicants, is going towards the championship, towards the winners. Now, I don't know yet if it's going to be one winner, two or but all the money's being paid out plus an additional $500 in cash coming from the GRE.
Wow.
So this could be really big. So I would, talk it up, get out there on social media, talk to your buddies that do micro soldering, have them come compete. Let's see who the winner is going to be. There's, four judges who are very well known in the industry. Come have fun, come hang out, and if you're the winner, take home a pile of cash.
And if you just think about it, if 50 people register, that's $2,000 almost.
That's right. That's right.
Wow. Something that people don't know about me, I actually do micro soldering. Did you know that?
Oh God, you better
gonna compete?
Hey, I will not be doing that under pressure.
Oh, come on.
Even as funny as Dustin is, he even made the comment that it's a little bit stressful up there, and that's why he's going to be doing a lot of the emceeing, not to get you guys all nervous, but to help calm the nerves. Again, this is a fun event. Yes, there's money being given away, but it's more of a fun event, educational event. And maybe, this is going to come out wrong, and I hope it doesn't, but maybe you thought you were doing really good. Maybe you thought you were, and then you come there and you see somebody else's, and I don't know. I mean, I don't micro solder, so my hat's off to everybody that even knows what a micro soldering iron is. Okay?
What if you thought you were really bad, and then all of a sudden you win, and you're like, holy cow, I'm actually pretty good.
Yeah, there's that too, and
That's
plus,
awesome.
you'll be listed as a B2B partner for the RFA for a year, and there's just a lot of things. It's just, get your ticket, come on down. If you're a single store operator, let your customers know a week in advance that you're going to be closed. Close your shop down for a couple of days. Get in there on Wednesday night. Hang out Thursday. Airbnbs. Dustin says he has more room. I'm just kidding. I don't know if he does or not, but Airbnb is like, you can get one just for yourself for a lot less than a hotel. So I would get an Airbnb. Bring your employees. If you're an RFA member, don't forget you get to attend for free. So if you are an RFA member and you want to compete in the micro soldering championship, let me know. I'll give you the coupon code for a free ticket. All members get free tickets to this show. And come compete and just have fun and meet other people and buy me a beer. So I'm just kidding. That's a joke, but yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. And Martin, I just posted his YouTube channel in the chat. So if you guys want to go check him out and see what he does, but you can, he'll be there and be one of the judges as well. So you get to meet him in person, hang out with them. They're going to have a booth also and talk about what they do. So there's just a lot going on. I'm excited for this show. So get your ticket. Don't wait.
I'm going to try to pronounce Martin's last name. He just pinged me on Facebook.
Okay.
Organis, Organis.
I just did not want to get that wrong. I was like,
yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm just not.
Yeah, company name Easy Fix. Easy Fix smartphone repair. He's got 5,000 followers, so got a pretty good following of people. He's going to be one of the judges as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys for all being on this live. And if you're watching, we really appreciate you watching. And for those of you that commented, that's great. Thank you for commenting. And we'll see you in 2 weeks on the next live and hopefully at the Gadget Repair Expo.
See you, everybody. Thanks for coming on.
Bye, everybody.
Cool.
Thank you.